It's the only place where your content lives forever. Instagram, Twitter, Snap, Facebook, TikTok, all of them. The video that Grant just pulled up with Lewis was from 2017. I thought it said there 2017 in the description. That's a 3-year-old video. Nobody's going back on your Instagram from 3 days ago, let alone 3 years ago. So if you are actually trying to build a movement, not just something that's a flash in the pan that you want to be in and out of by the end of the year, if you're trying to build a movement and trying to change lives and have a huge name, I want you to be recognizable. I want you to walk down the street and the people to see your face, not because of the ego attached to it, but because that means you're reaching people, you're touching lives. YouTube has to be your number one place because the content that you make lives forever. So that video that Lewis did, the interview that I did with Granter, the videos that I started with 10 years ago are still getting me views, attention, subscribers, email signups, traffic, right? It's still spreading my message out there to the tune of whatever we've got now, 360 million views or whatever on the channel. And so that's where I want you thinking. YouTube first, because my content lives forever, okay? The second super important thing about YouTube, they pay you. You guys like to get paid? You want to make some extra money in your business? Is that a good thing? Can we get more money into our business, right? YouTube pays you to make content. If you're posting something to Twitter, Twitter's not writing you a check. Now, it's great to still be on Twitter, to get the attention, to get the interest, to spread the notoriety, awesome. But they're not writing you a check. You can get all of that on YouTube, and YouTube pays you. YouTube has thousands of salespeople out there who are selling advertising against videos like yours. And they pay you 55% of every single dollar that comes in. So you can build your audience, build traction, have customers coming in forever. The video you launched today in 5 years is still getting you views and interest, and you can get paid to create the content. It's the only platform where it lives forever, and you get paid to create the content, right? Now, the third thing, for everybody who's saying, well, it's so hard. How do I make videos? And how do I be on all these other platforms? And it's overwhelming. I'm trying to run my business. How do I pay attention to all of this? There's something really important in YouTube, and I want you to write this down. Even if you are not in YouTube, even if you think maybe next year or in 2 years you might be on YouTube, you have to write this down. It's called the audience retention curve, like a curve. Audience retention curve. What this will do is inside every video that you put up on YouTube, it will show you exactly where people left in the video and where they stuck around. So at the beginning, you'll often see people just drop out. You think about your own experience with a YouTube video. You press play, and if they don't hook you in right away, you leave. And so you see people bouncing out right away. But then often what you'll find is there'll be these moments where the curve is flat. It's not dropping. What does that mean? That means at that point in the video, nobody left. So if Lewis and Grant are doing this amazing interview, that part where he's crying, probably nobody's leaving during that part, right? That's where it's flat. And you'll have these really special moments where it actually goes up. Like, well, how does that actually go up? Well, what happens is people are either fast forwarding that part of the video to get there, or they're rewinding it to watch it again. If we looked at the audience retention curve, that's the only jargon I'm going to throw out at you guys today, so I want you to remember it. Audience retention curve. If you look at that, if we watched that video for Grant and Lewis, and we looked at Lewis's stats, I would bet you that it spikes when Grant starts to cry. Now, why is that so important? Because when you see the spike go up, you take that clip, and that's what you take to LinkedIn, to Instagram, to TikTok. You take it to the other platforms. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to create tons of different unique pieces of content for every platform. How are you everywhere? Because you're making a YouTube video once a week, and then you're taking the clips and the pieces from it based off the data. I like making data-driven decisions. Show me that it works. I care that it works, not just my opinion of if I think it's going to work or somebody on my team's opinion if it's going to work. Show me that it works. Show me that it leads to people watching. The curve will show you. And so it's an easy way to save tons of time on your side and be everywhere while building an empire forever. That's the importance of YouTube. Is that making sense? People saying, excellent tip, thank you for that. It's the graph don't lie. Use the analytics, boom, great advice, priceless. If you actually paid attention and just did that, You could be everywhere in the next 2 months on social media without adding a ton of extra effort, time, resources. This is where a lot of people fall down, is they struggle and think, well, I don't know how to do this, and I have to create unique content everywhere. You don't. All I want you to do is have a YouTube channel and start with one piece of content every week, and then we're going to split that up. So if you think about all the other platforms, what do we got? It's a mix of pictures, of vertical videos, and horizontal videos. So in your one video per week, what you're thinking about is, okay, I made a 10-minute video, and I want you to think about 10-minute videos. If I made a 10-minute video, in there you have to have at least 5 good thoughts, right? 5 good one-liners, 5 good pieces of information, 5 good things that came out of it. So you make your video, and then you pull those 5 one-liners and turn them into picture quotes. Where do you think all of the quotes come from on Grant's Instagram, on Lewis's Instagram, on Ed Milet's Instagram, on Tim Story's Instagram? From things they've said in interviews, on videos. So at the top, all you're making is this one piece of content, and now that can lead into 5 to 10 quotes, picture quotes that you're putting up on the platforms. That can lead to 5 one-minute clips that you're going to put to Twitter, to LinkedIn, and the other platforms. And so that could be you trying to learn the editing. That's not super difficult, or that could be something that you hand off to a part-time, that's not even a full-time team member. You could, with a part-time team member, post to every single platform every single day. That's part-time work, because you're doing the thing at the top, which is making that YouTube video. That, again, on YouTube, in a week, in a month, in a year, in 5 years, is still getting you attention, interest, subscribers, awareness, sales. Is that making sense? This is some awesome info, priceless. I love it. From the feedback in the comments, this is how to get the most attention. Woot, woot, woot. Every single platform, every single day. Blowing my mind. This is it. Like, I think we get overwhelmed, we get scared, we get fearful. And chances are most of you aren't everywhere. And if you are everywhere, you're probably not super proud of the content that you're posting everywhere, because it feels like a hamster wheel and stay on top of everything. It feels like a hamster wheel that I gotta post again. And yes, if you have to post one unique piece of content every day to every platform, you are just an influencer. You are only a content creator, and you have 0 time to actually run your business. So I want you to schedule in your calendar a time where you can make 1 video per week. Does that make sense? This is so revealing on using YouTube. Awesome. Okay, so next, let me talk about the YouTube algorithm. Let me talk about how do you make content. Let me make it easy for you, because I want you guys, this is a special 10X family. I want you guys to get results. I would love to come back next year and see in the comments how many of you blew up, not just your YouTube channel, but your entire presence on social media, how it blew up your entire business, how it blew up your entire impact. That's what this session is about, right? I want you to come back next year and have actually 10X'd your social accounts, the impact you're having, the revenue that you're having, the subscribers that you're gaining, right? I want you to have actually 10X'd it. And these are the tactics and strategies specific to right now, 2020, 2021 environment to help you do that, okay? So now the next question becomes, okay, what is the video that I'm going to make once a week, right? What am I going to talk about? Does that make sense? You want me to dive into what kind of content I want you to make? Yeah? Give me some heck yeahs in the comments if you want. Yes, we got yes, I love it. Okay, let's go. So there's a couple types of content. What you have to remember is you guys are thought leaders. You guys are experts. You know your business inside out, and you know how to bring value to other people. Your knowledge, right, can bring value to other people. Some of you, your knowledge can actually save people's lives. If we start diving down to Grant's former world of addiction, like that work saves lives. I had somebody leave a comment on one of my videos saying, Evan, I was going to kill myself. I was in my car, and I hated my life, and I was going to drive my car off a bridge and kill myself. And along the way, your video came up. One of your videos came up, and there was something in the message. Maybe it was a Grant Cardone video. I don't know. There was something in that message that made me want to turn around and keep living. And even just thinking about that comment now, that comment came up maybe 5 years ago, and it's still, this is why we do it, right? Yes, we want to make money. Yes, we want to provide for our families. And yes, but the feeling that if you could wake up and know that the work you're about to create today is going to have impact and meaning to somebody else, that fuels you up on a whole other level. And I believe that's inside all of you. I believe you guys all have that you could go and change millions of people's lives with your message, but not if you're holding it all to yourself, right? Not if you're just keeping it inside yourself and not spreading it and sharing it and getting it out to the world. So there are a couple kinds of videos that I want you to think of. And there's no right or wrong answer. It's what's going to be right for you. The first is going to be what I call thought leadership content. And if we've got time, I can lean into what a perfect thought leadership content structure looks like. We'll see. But thought leadership content is you sharing your opinion on something, is you telling me why I should think a certain way. You think differently. All of you think differently. You think you're kind of the weird duck in your family, right? You're the weird duck in your circle. And so all that talk of change your circle to be around more weird ducks, awesome. I love it. And as a thought leader, your job is to teach me to think like you think. The way you see the world now has been reinforced and re-educated constantly in your mind that it seems natural and normal to you now. But when other people look at what you're doing, they think you're crazy. And so your job is to unpack that and talk to the person who you were 5 years ago. Think about who you were 5 years ago. What did you struggle with? What were your belief system? What was your mindset before you ever discovered 10X and all these amazing people? Do we have some amazing people here in this group? It's amazing, right? Before you discovered this community, who were you? There's lots of people who currently are who you used to be. And think about who you used to be. That person probably even wouldn't listen to an Evan Carmichael today, or a Grant Cardone today, or a Lewis Howes today. They're too much in that fixed mindset. They had to grow to be able to listen to them, but you can reach them. And that's your duty to reach them. That's your obligation to reach them. That's the thing that's going to fire you up. So thought leadership content is you sharing your opinion, you telling me the way that you think so that I can think the same way. And the more people are around that, the more you're going to shift people to start thinking that way too. And again, if we have time, we'll dive deeper. But let me move on to some other types of content. Coaching. And maybe we'll get into this with Grant. I think this is actually, you want a 10X Grant Cardone content? This is what Grant needs to do. Coaching. One of Grant's superpowers, maybe his greatest, is the ability to dance with people. He dances with people. When somebody comes on, he makes them feel comfortable. He loosens them up. He asks questions that they never thought they'd get asked. He breaks down their resistances and barriers, and then he pushes them. I want that as regular, not just somebody calling in on the phone and asking a question. I want that. I want on video coaching content. If you guys want to see Grant Cardone do regular ongoing coaching content, give me an Uncle G. And I want you to light up Uncle G in the chat. Would you watch those videos? Uncle G, light it up. Let him know he's watching. Grant, we need these videos. Make it happen. There's the Uncle G. Now, all of you have the ability to move people as well. And so I want you to do coaching content. I want you getting people on your show and pushing them, listening to them, helping them, understanding them. And let me give you a little hack using Instagram. The next question becomes, well, how do I find people to be able to coach? Hey, Evan, I'd love to coach people, but how do I find people how to coach? Well, do you have at least 100 followers on Instagram? Great. You reach out to them, you DM them today, and you say, hey, I'm starting a new coaching program. Thank you for following me. I'm starting a new coaching show where every day for 25 minutes, I'm going live coaching people. Do you want to be on? I will coach you for free, but it's got to be public. And some people will say no, but you got at least 100 followers, right? If you're listening to Grant and you don't have at least 100 followers, you're not doing the work. You got to show up. We got to 10X that, baby. I want you to 100X at least by next year when we're doing this. So you DM them and you tell them, I'm doing a new coaching show live. I want to help you for free with whatever you're facing. And my hope is that other people can learn through our session as well, that you can help inspire them and get that lesson out to them. And your job is to get them to have that aha moment. Your job is to have them come on and do the bug eyes, like, oh my God, I can't believe I just got the unlock. And all of you are capable of doing that. All of you are experts. You already know what you're talking about. You're capable of shifting people live in the moment. The reason to do it on Instagram is, one, it's easy. There's no excuses. I need a phone. I need a microphone. I need all the gear and gadgets and setup. All you need, you just need this. You got a phone? You can make Instagram content. You can do an IG live. Here's the hack with Instagram. When you go live with somebody, it lets both of your audiences know that you're live. So when I go live with Grant, it's telling both of our audiences that we're live together, right? Now, I might be twice as big as Grant on YouTube, but he's hecka much larger than me on Instagram. So if we're going live together, I'm grateful. Hey, Uncle G, thank you for the love, man. You're bringing all these new people to find out about me. Same thing, when you're coaching somebody, all these new people, whoever's following them, get notified that they're live with this new person, you. And if they're listening to you, then maybe these people should sign up and follow you as well. So it's a great way to hack these people's audiences and give you content to put to your YouTube channel to then cut up for LinkedIn and Twitter and all the other platforms. All you have to do is take a video that IG Live is like this, vertical. You just got to swap it to move it to horizontal. So I want you to do one YouTube video a week, recognizing that this is content that will live forever, that's 7 years from now will still be getting me views, attention, interest, leads, customers. Cut it up for all the different social media platforms and accounts in a way that makes sense, right? Audience retention curve, find the best moment, the data will tell you, and create the content around that. And in those videos that you're doing, the thought leadership template, which I can dive into if we need a little more time for that, but also the coaching. And hopefully, to help Grant 10X his channel, we're going to see a lot more Grant Cardone face-to-face coaching entrepreneurs to help them actually 10X their life. Does that make sense? You guys liking that? Is that value? Yes. 10X. Yes. Yes. I love it. I love it. Now, okay, people are asking how long. So here's what I want you to do. 10-minute videos. 10-minute videos. In thought leadership, 10 minutes is where you want to be. So super quick, you tell me a powerful opinion, you give me a context sentence, you raise the stakes, you tell me a story, your story, somebody else's story, something in the news cycle, and then you give me advice, and then the 3 tips on how to solve whatever problem you're talking about. That's easy, a 10-minute video. I want you to have 10 minutes in the video that will really help you with the YouTube algorithm. And then the thing to be obsessed with is 70% retention at 1 minute. I told you to write down audience retention curve, right? So the only thing I asked you to write down, the only jargon I need you to remember, your goal is 70% at 1 minute. If you get that and you're 10 minutes and you get a decent click-through rate on your thumbnails and titles, your videos will blow up. Most people suck with their videos at the beginning. Here's why. Look at how most people start a video. Hey guys, welcome back. It's me, Evan. I'm so pumped that you're here. Man, I'm excited to talk to you. Nope. Goodbye. People have left. Now on my channel, right now, 83% of my audience, people who are watching, we're going to get 400,000 views today on the channel. 87, 83, we're always in that range, percent of people who are watching are not subscribed to my channel. They're not subscribed yet. That's good. That's healthy. That means you're growing. If you're only talking to your subscribers, your channel is going to sink. Your goal is, I want to make you famous. I want your face to be recognizable. I want you to be stopped on the street and be reaching new people. Again, not for the ego play, but that means you're having a big impact. So when you say, hey guys, welcome back, it's me, welcome to another, no, welcome back, who are you? I've never met you in my life. And they bounce, goodbye. You have to hook me in right at the beginning. And if you think of your job as a thought leader is to make me think like you think, the best thing you can start with is a powerful opinion. What do you believe that other people don't believe? This is why Grant is great too, because Grant will say things and he makes you say, wait, what? What did he just say? It makes you pay attention. Grant will force you to pay attention. And so if you've never met him before, you first come across a Grant Cardone video, he'll hook you in right away. That's what I want for you too. And I want you to plan that. I want you to plan your first sentence so that you hook somebody's attention by telling them something that you believe that they find difficult to believe that makes them want to continue watching. Does that make sense? This alone was crazy. OMG. I love that's helping. Wow, this is amazing. So what's my opening? Hey, I'm Susie Q. Rain. I believe you're great, and here's why. Is that okay? No, bigger, like deeper. Something that, what do you believe? What if you went and told a stranger and they listened to you? They'd say, that's crazy. That's not true. What do you firmly believe that other people don't believe or would find nuts? Think about your own clients. What are you telling your clients? What are the conversations that you're already having with your clients, with your friends, with the people around you, with the last person you may be engaged with on Twitter who you disagreed with? Like, what do you stand for? What are your opinions? And hit me with one. Punch me in the face, right? Right out of the gate to make me want to pay attention to the video. Your goal is 70% retention. So 70% of the people who started the video are still here watching 1 minute later. Now, I want to quickly touch on gear because people always freak out about gear. What camera, what microphone, what lighting, none of that really matters for thought leadership content. Use your phone. The phone microphone is decent. Just don't be in a windy spot. Stand in front of the window and press record. Like everybody could do that today. And you're so concerned and worried about having the perfect video up that then you don't release. This is the biggest, like the strategy makes sense. The strategy I just gave you, Grant's talking about helping you make $1 billion. Like the strategy I just gave you is the answer to unlocking all of the impact, celebrity, motivation, money that you're looking for. That's the strategy. Just do that, copy that. And in a year from today, you will be 1,000x bigger or more than you are right now. 100%, but you won't do it. Too many people won't do it because you're afraid. Because you're afraid of being judged, because you're afraid of being perfect, because you're afraid of having the right gear and all of the technology, right? And that's what we need to quash. And that's what every guest is coming on to have their own version of saying that. Pick up the phone and make your first video. Because your message, think about what is your message to the audience? Your message is not only create when you're perfect. Is that what you would tell your kids? Is that what you would tell your best friend? Is that what you would tell your customers? Don't do anything until it's perfect? Heck no, but that's what you're living. And so the best thing you can do is take out your phone, right? Like I would encourage you, everybody to do this. And this is what's really going to determine who's going to actually 10x, 100x, 1000x over the next year is you take out your phone and said, hey,
Evan Carmichael is a beast. I saw Evan Carmichael and he is a beast, and I want to tell you why right now. He's the bad beast too, a bad beast.
And there you go. You got a video, right? And
you know what? This is what I want to do, Evan. Hey,
yeah.
The chat is so hot right now with what you're doing.
Okay.
I don't know what the rest of your day looks like. I want to bring, but I want to figure out a time where we can do a more in-depth Q&A. This is gold. It's amazing. How many of you like me to bring Evan back later today? Can you, Evan? Can you do it?
Oh, later today is going to be tight.
It is, huh? Yeah, look at this, dude. Come on, look at the people. They love you, bro.
Dude, it's my niece's birthday, and I'm already skipping out on it for this.
2:30. Let's see. What is it? Yeah, God dang it. Look at this, man.
Listen, okay, hold on. How about if whoever buys the virtual pass, why don't we do a special bonus for them?
Okay, I love that. What do you want to do?
I'll do a private 60 to 90 minute just Q&A. Like you show up, you want me to break down your channel, you want to ask me questions, whatever you want, however it can serve. I might even wear the 10X hoodie for it.
Okay, good. So this is what we're going to do. Anybody that grabs grantcardone.com/virtual, grantcardone.com/virtual, right now, you're going to include what exactly, Evan? Because we have not talked about this, guys. This is not something we talked about or discussed at all.
This is why you're great. You dance with people. This is your superpower. I'll do a 90 minute. I'll do a 90 minute.
That's too long. That's ridiculous. Why don't we just do this, Evan? Why don't we do this? Why don't we have you do? I'll have you do 30 or 45 minutes at the boot camp. And I didn't have it scheduled up boot camp. And also, I want to talk about having you at our 10X book conference. You've done an amazing job today, bro.
Cool, man. Dude, I love it. You've helped me a lot out over the years, and I'm happy to show up and serve. I love the audience. They're fire, dude. Okay, so actually, one of the templates I was just